Miami Heat Nation. Hello guys, my name is Trent, and over here we are going to be covering the Miami Heat's off-season and heading into next year. So guys, if you support the Miami Heat or your favorite team is the Miami Heat, make sure you drop that sub and turn on post notifications. Now in today's video we do have a few topics that we are going to talk about, and the first topic is about if the Miami Heat do trade for John Collins, can the Heat win an NBA championship with Jimmy Butler, Collins, and Bam Adebayo this upcoming season? And the next topic is about Donovan Mitchell and Bam Adebayo's friendship is getting stronger. They teamed up the Miami Heat Pro League. And also the next day, Mitchell pulled up to Bam Adebayo's youth camp. So definitely a lot of stuff to talk about. So started off with John Collins. Now, John Collins has been brought back up in the rumors because it looks like Kevin Durant seems very unlikely, and at the moment for Donovan Mitchell, doesn't seem likely. Like I said, at the moment. Now, we understand the Miami Heat, they need a four. They have nobody really starting at the four. They have players, but it looks like those are the players that we really don't want starting, like a Caleb Martin or Haywood Highsmith or Jovic, and the list continues. We want a player like John Collins. I feel like he would be the perfect four playing with Bam Adebayo. Now, in 2019, John Collins had his best statistical year, averaging about 21.6 points a game and 10.1 rebounds. Now, the last two seasons, his points have dropped drastically, and I'm not going to say that's a concern because when you look at the Atlanta Hawks offense, it relies on Trae Young, and they do have more weapons over there. It's not just Trae Young, John Collins. They have more scorers over there, so that may be a reason too. I know the season that just passed by in 2021, he was dealing with injuries, didn't play his best basketball. Still averaged about 16.2 points a game and about 7.8 rebounds, so like 8 rebounds a game. And then in 2020, he averaged about 17.6 points a game and 7.4 rebounds. Even though I still feel like he'll be a great fit, a nice stretch four for the Miami Heat, who can spread out the floor, nice pick and pop, can shoot the mid-range, and he's 10 times better on the offensive end than PJ Tucker. And we all know for the Miami Heat, they were struggling in the postseason. They didn't really have too much scoring with Tyler Herro being injured, Kyle Lowry being out of shape, Bam Adebayo not really taking as much shots as he should. So there wasn't really much scoring besides Jimmy Bucket. So if we can add a player like John Collins, one, that'll help us on the scoring department, and two, he's also still very young, so it could be part of the future and still very athletic. So I'm all for it. Yes, I understand he's on a huge contract, but if Pat Riley's going to pull this off, this is the one that I'm going to trust. So let me know in the comment sections how do you feel about John Collins and you think he can help us win an NBA championship. Now, two, Donovan Mitchell and Bam Adebayo, they're growing their friendship. And it's funny because I just seen this tweet pretty much saying that players that wanted to play for the Miami Heat, it eventually happened. And it looks like Donovan Mitchell wants to play for the Miami Heat. He hasn't requested a trade or anything like that. But, man, he's been around Bam Adebayo and they're just the Miami Heat nation a lot. And I know we want to trade for him so bad, and I really want him on this team because I really think he'll be excellent. But, guys, let's be patient. I think it's going to happen, man. They teamed up in the Pro League. They played pretty solid. And then you're telling me Mitchell pulled up to Bam Adebayo's youth camp the next day? You know, so those are definitely some signs indicating that, you know, Mitchell wants to be over here. So hopefully, you know, Pat Riley and Danny Ainge can get back on the phone. It's tough to talk to Danny Ainge because Danny Ainge wants 51st round picks, including Jimmy Butler. So it's very hard to, you know, discuss a trade with him. So hopefully, you know, before the trade deadline, we can talk to him. Hopefully he gets his sense correct and we can pull this off. And lastly, about Bam Adebayo, once again, he pretty much made it known that he wants to spend his rest of his NBA career with the Miami Heat. Pretty much saying, if I could, I would. You know, being the 14th overall pick to being a cornerstone player for this organization is just huge. And definitely looks up to Udonis Haslem because we already know he's been here pretty much throughout his whole career. And to look at him as a legend. So those are the news that's coming out today. Once again, if y'all enjoy Miami Heat news, make sure you drop that sub and turn on post notifications. I love you guys so much, and I'm out. Peace.